I think that they weren't always like this. This is learned behavior. And I hate to say it, but I think this is caused by the simps coming here and just paying, just giving them money to live. Oh, because they've always been scamming. They try and scam everybody. The women here, they try and get the foreigners, try and get locals. And they manipulate them. And that's what cam modeling is manipulating. That's why the girls here are pretty good at it, because it's just manipulation the whole time. That's all it really is.
Hey, Jamie Woods, we here to travel and motivate. No curry, we just trying to keep our minds in a golden state. We answer to nobody but the Lord, we control our fate. Too many things to see just to sit in a hole and bake. We growing, ayy.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jamie freaking Woods back in the building. You guys already know what it is. Your boy just dropping interview after interview and after interview, and I ain't stopping. It's gonna keep continuing, guys. But listen, if you mess with what I'm doing, if you love what I'm doing, if you love this content, it is important to support. I'm putting in the work for you guys. My guests are putting in the work with this valuable information. All I ask is definitely support. Just hit the subscribe button. It's free 99. That red button over there says subscribe. Hit that. All right. If you already haven't, of course. And of course, guys, press the thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. That way you guys know when I'm dropping that heat. And of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments section. All right. Keep it respectful. All right. As long as it's respectful, even if it's, disagreeing with anything we said, it's fine. But if it's disrespectful, I got to take it down. And lastly, guys, check out the Patreon. So if you guys like eye candy, if you guys love raw, unfiltered type of stuff that I can't show you over here on the YouTube channel, please, of course, check out the Patreon, okay? It's not that expensive. It's only $5.99 a month, $10.99 a month, depending on the tier. It's affordable, and you get a lot of value for your buck, of course. But guys, listen, that is it for me. I want to talk about my guest right now. So my guest right now, of course, is my boy Steve from Medellin Unfiltered, and I'm gonna have him on the screen real quick. What's going on? How you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm doing all right, man. I can't complain, man. How about yourself? How's Thanksgiving over there in Colombia? I don't know if you guys, I know you guys won't celebrate it, but I don't know if you had your own little guy.
Yeah, actually, the more people that are coming now, there's a lot more celebrations. I went to a friend's restaurant, and he had a whole thing going, so it was good. It's a good time.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of people, like, believe it or not, like, have like Thanksgiving dinners overseas. Like, a lot of Americans will take that tradition with them, and they'll
Yeah,
put that in other countries like Colombia. I've seen one in Brazil too. So
yeah,
other countries are starting getting they're starting to get hip on what we're doing. I think that's kind of cool. Because I love
they love
Thanksgiving
it.
around the
They love
holidays.
it. It's a good holiday. I know some people in the U.S. are kind of complaining about it because it's this and that, it's colonization and all that stuff. But I think that it really does. Here, the people like the message of just being with family, being grateful for what you got. So yeah, it's good times. I had a great time. I watched football, drank some beers, had some turkey, so you can't go wrong.
Absolutely, brother. You can't go wrong with any of that. That's a fire combo. But my friend, tell everyone a little bit about yourself. Like, what's your background, where you come from, and if you have a business or any.
Sure. Well, my name's Steve Hamilton. I have, for the past year now, I've had a website called Medellin Unfiltered. And kind of what we do is we tell the real story, the real thing, real deal about what's going on in Medellin. There's a lot of people that either they're just doom and gloom, everything, the sky is falling, or the other side is they're just candy coating everything. This is paradise. It's the greatest place in the history of the world and all that stuff. But I just tell you, I tell it like it is, man. And I'm boots on the ground here, so I'm not some dude sitting in the U.S. trying to report on what's going on in Medellin, man. I'm in the middle. I'm in the thick of it. So yeah, I've been here about 10 years now.
Nice. 10 years is a very long time. I've interviewed a lot of people that have traveled to Colombia that are living in Colombia,
Hmm.
and the most I've heard was like 2-3 years. I've never heard of
Yeah.
someone that's actually lived there for 10 years. So let
Well,
me
it's
ask
it's
you
not
this.
10 years yet. It's 10 years on the 18th, I figured out. So it's
It's 10 years,
almost
rounded up.
close enough, close enough.
Nah, man, you can say 10 years, man. You're being
I've been
humble.
saying it since like October, so I'm good with it.
Yeah, you 10
Close
year, man.
enough.
You a veteran over there, man. You
A
a veteran.
decade.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your travel origins. Like, what made you want to
Sure.
travel to begin with?
So I did start in the webcam industry. I worked as a talent director for one of the major webcam sites. So a lot of talents from Colombia. The two main kind of fountains of talent are here in Colombia and Romania. Those are the two biggest webcam places. And I came here for a show called LAL Expo, LAL Expo. And the first time was here in Medellin. So the weird part about it is the first time that I came here was the week that Narcos came out. So all of my friends are like, "You're going where?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to Colombia." And like, "Oh my God, isn't it dangerous?" And when they heard I was going to Medellin, their heads exploded. "Oh, what are you doing?" You know Pablo's dead, right? It's not the same.
Like, I mean,
Been
I would say 10 years ago was
decades,
what, like 2015. He passed
2014,
away in
2015.
93. So it's been
Yeah,
like a whole eternity.
20 years, man. He's
Mhm.
cold. He's done. And I came here and I fell in love with it the first time I was here. It's just, and I came here and it sounds cliche, but I fell in love with the lifestyle first because I had a different view of women because of my job. I don't have the same view of a lot of dudes for like, oh my God, there's this hot girl. At that point I was like, I'm looking for somewhere that just vibes with me. And this place, it hit right away. This is great. My rent was going up in the Bay Area, and I'm like, oh, what am I doing?
And this
And
was 10
then
years ago,
10
by the way.
years ago, yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
now.
Oh, I have friends that still live in the Bay Area, and they're like, yeah, my rent's like $4,200 for a three-bedroom place. Oh
Fuck
my
that.
God,
In
I'm
Medellin, you
good,
live like
dude.
a king with that type of money.
I have half that you're living like a king. So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good. I don't need to be here. And one of my friends who's a adult video director who came and picked me up at the airport, he planted the seed in my head the second time I came here. He said, if you earned in dollars and you spent in pesos here, you'd live like a king here. Hmm, you know what? Maybe, yeah, I guess I would. And after that, it was like, just, I'm moving here. I did whatever I could to move here.
Yeah,
My
you
my
moved here
friends and
because of
family said I
money.
was crazy, but I did it.
Yeah, that's what they all say. They're all gonna say, "Oh, you crazy? Why would you go there? It's dangerous." Because they
Yeah,
never been out there. They wouldn't know any better. No offense,
yeah.
but
No,
a
no,
lot of my
a lot
friends,
of people don't.
yeah, a lot of my friends, they ask me, "Why do you go to Colombia? Why do you go to Brazil? Why do you go to these dangerous places?"
Because it's
And I'm like,
beautiful.
"Fam, anywhere could be dangerous. Anywhere."
I mean, I lived in the Bay Area. You telling me that going to East Oakland is any more dangerous than going anywhere? You could go to the barrios here and it's less dangerous. So I'm
You
not I'm
wear
not
the wrong
tripping.
color in certain parts in California, you get shot.
Yeah. So I mean, what's danger is subjective. And the other part of it here, and this is something that's even reflective today, is that if you don't go looking for trouble in Medellin, it's not really going to find
Yeah,
you.
they ain't gonna find you.
I mean, the
Yeah.
people that get themselves in trouble here tend to go out looking for it.
Yeah, either that or they're just like naive and they don't think, maybe they're new
Yeah.
to the game, they don't know any better
Hmm.
and they fall for like a scam or something.
Yep. And those are everywhere. We'll cover those because they are everywhere here,
Yeah, so
sadly.
I'm very curious about something. If you don't mind me asking,
Sure.
I'm
No,
curious
please
about
go for it.
the camera industry. I've never had not one person I've interviewed talk about that in detail, but I keep hearing about the cam girl industry in Colombia specifically and how big it is. Pretty much,
It's
I've
huge.
heard people saying that almost every girl, every gorgeous girl does it. I don't know how true that is,
Hmm.
but can you dive deeper into that? I'd love to hear about that.
I don't know if I can't say every girl does it because it's a big country. Every beautiful girl doesn't do it here, but I will say that this is probably about 4 years ago. I think that we kind of did an informal poll, and there were about 22,000 webcam models in Colombia. So 22,000 people work in the webcam business here. It's about 50-ish thousand in Romania. So it's a bigger thing there than it is here, but it's still a pretty big thing. Obviously, it's 22,000 people. That's a small city. So it's a lot of those are just the models. That's not counting monitors. That's not counting photographers, the managers, all that stuff. I only imagine it's more now with OnlyFans, but yeah, basically it's that there's two different types of models. There's either studio model who works for a studio, maybe they work from home, but the studio kind of handles all the payment stuff and they handle all of the ID stuff and pretty much all the back end things. And they'll give them a monitor, which is somebody that chats for them. because a lot of the girls don't speak English, so they'll hire an English speaking like a chatter. And
Like a
this is the
moderator
funny
almost.
thing. Yeah, basically, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. The funny thing about that is they mostly hire gay males to be the chatters. So
Because I don't think
it's
any straight guy, no offense, but I don't think any straight guy would want to do that unless they're getting paid like a good amount.
yeah, and it's there's the other part of it too is the straight guys tend to want to try and fuck the girls, and
Yeah.
then girls get catty with each other. So it's gay men are the best because you get kind of the mind of a man, but you get kind of the not the wanting to have sex with the girls. So it works out great. So yeah, and then the other side of that is an independent girl, someone who works from her house. She does everything by herself. I've dated a couple of those girls, and they are very hard work, very, very hardworking girls.
So let me ask you this, man. How does that work with the cam industry? Like, what is like? Is the purpose like to be like an e-girlfriend, or how does that go?
Yeah, basically what the goal is for the girls, it's kind of something that is it's kind of overlooked. People think, oh, if a girl's hot, she'll do well. But actually it's the opposite. The hotter a girl is, I hate to say this and it sounds shitty, but the less personality that they have.
I
And the
agree.
less personality they have, it's not going to come through the camera. You can go anywhere and get free porn. You can go on I don't know if we can say it, the Orange
Say it.
site.
Say it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can go on Pornhub and get girls with nothing. And you don't have to pay anything. These guys are paying for the experience of talking to the girl and doing what they want. If a girl's boring, man, then who's going to pay for that? You got to
Yeah.
pay
I
for
mean,
Pillow Princess.
you're saying facts, man, because I wouldn't say I have experience in the cam industry, but I have experience like streaming with women. I don't know if you've
Sure.
seen my videos, but I've
Yeah,
streamed with
I've seen
like
it. Yeah.
beautiful women all around the world, specifically Brazil. And Brazil is one of those few places, if not maybe the only country in the world that I know of, by the masses, of course, that has
Hmm.
beautiful. I'm talking about stunning women, but they also got personality to them.
It's
So
a
not
big
many places
difference.
I know that have that by the masses. Usually, I know in Colombia, not to stereotype it because it'll be unfair for me to say everyone, but there's a lot of beautiful women in Colombia. They're drop dead gorgeous, but the issue is they got no
Their
personality.
nose is in the air. Yep.
Yeah, so they're a little stuck up, no
I'm gonna
personality.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
push on that a little bit. I do want to go into that a little bit. I think that they weren't always like this. They were it wasn't something this is something that they've learned. This is learned behavior. And I hate to say it, but I think this is caused by the simps coming here and just paying just giving them money to live. Oh, because they've always been scamming. They try and scam everybody. The women here, they try and get the foreigners, try and get locals. And they manipulate them. And that's what cam modeling is manipulating. That's why the girls here are pretty good at it because it's just manipulation the whole time. That's all it really is. And the girls and like the Brazilian girls that I know, they're night and day different. It's not they don't do that. It's almost like they have too much pride to do that. That's kind of what I've seen. You could tell me more. You could say more on that than I could.
I mean, I love this topic. I've never talked about this topic ever, but I would say this. I would say if we were to compare Colombian cam
Hmm.
girls and Brazilian cam girls, I have experience with both of them. I would say you're right on that point. I would say Colombian women are definitely the more manipulative,
Hmm.
I would say they're better at it.
Yeah,
Like, but
more practice.
Brazilian women can also be manipulative
Oh, of
too.
course.
They can also be so I mean, that's across the board. Any woman, like if
I
you
I was just
present
gonna
any
say
woman,
you could take the nationality off
yeah,
and you could
you could
just
take the
say
nationality
women
off. Yeah,
completely.
this is across the board.
Yeah,
American, Brazilian, Colombian. If you have a beautiful woman on the screen and you got Sims tossing money her way, trust me, they're
she's
gonna
gonna get
manipulate
used
the
to
way
it.
to get more money.
Of course, she's not stupid. These girls aren't dumb.
Yeah.
They know that they see. Oh, if they tell a guy, oh, well, my grandma's sick. Every month they're gonna come back. Oh, she's sick again, and it's just a constant thing. They're just gonna go until you say no, until you stop.
And another thing, Steve, that I'm sure you are well aware about, but sometimes I tell people low key about it because I still talk to these girls, so I don't want to like put them on blast. I'm not gonna say no names, but I talk to some of these girls behind the scenes. I've actually I wouldn't say dated them, but like I've gone on dates with them. I actually met them physically, and some of them have told me that they got whole boyfriends and everything.
Yeah,
They got boyfriends behind the scenes that they don't tell people about, because if they tell people they got a boyfriend or a husband,
that's
they'll
it.
lose money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They keep it you said it right when you said it initially. They're kind of playing the online girlfriend to a lot of
Mm-hmm.
guys. And I think that that's only gotten worse with OnlyFans. I've seen OnlyFans from the beginning. Actually, the founder of OnlyFans came to our office and pitched OnlyFans to us 8 years ago. And
Wow.
I was in the meeting, and the CEO of our company, I'm not gonna put him out there, but the CEO of our company said, "What do you think?" And I said, and I'll wear this L for sure. I said, "There's nobody that's gonna pay just to have a girl send him pictures. That's never gonna happen. We can't even get guys to go on and look at girls on webcam, and they'll be live." And I was wrong, man. I was dead wrong on that one.
Well,
OnlyFans
that's the
is
thing,
huge.
though. That's the thing, though, Steve, is how can someone predict that? I mean, I remember back in the late 2000s when
Hmm.
dating apps were like first starting to come out,
Yeah,
Match.com, eHarmony, and those
plenty of
people that
fish
were
and all that.
using those
Yeah.
webs, yeah, Plenty of Fish. I remember that shit.
Hmm. Oh,
People were roasting the people that were using these apps, like, bro, just go out and meet a girl. Why
what
do
are
you
you,
have to
some
use
kind of
that? Like,
fucking loser?
yeah, you're a loser, right? That's what people were saying back in the day. And
Yeah.
so no one predicted back in 2007, 2008 that Tinder, Hinge, Bumble would be as huge as
All
it is now.
we'd have
Mhm.
like 10 sites.
Yeah.
Who knew? I, I I was wrong. And the other part of it too, I was talking to a friend today about it. Uh, I'm a huge baseball fan. I guess it's kind of obvious, but I also write about baseball too. And I write for the Phillies, and we don't like Juan Soto too much. So I saw Juan Soto yesterday was with Mia Khalifa out in the open, and it kind of dawned on me like 10 years ago, just like not even, yeah, 10 years ago, these athletes wouldn't be anywhere near a porn star. Now it's just so socially okay that it's like, oh yeah, I'm dating a porn star now. Before, if you were on the webcam sites and somebody found out, it was, what is this guy, a jerk off? What's he on the site for? But now it's just so normalized that it's weird. And I think that it's something, I don't think it's the greatest thing. And it was one of the reasons I left the webcam industry. I just I I don't know, it didn't sit right with me. Like, I'm teaching girls how to manipulate guys. I've seen a lot of crazy shit too that I can't unsee. So, putting it all together, I'm like, yeah, I can't be in this industry no more.
Well, it piggybacking off of that, again, I don't have your
Hmm.
experience, but I do have experience talking to these girls, these cam
Hmm.
girls. And like, again, it's dark. A lot of the shit that happens behind the scenes, it's dark. And I respect you for admitting and be like, hey, I'm feeding into the monster. I need to
I
leave.
did. I felt it, and I will say that I didn't really feel it until I had a kid. I have a kid back in the US, but he was already, he's older now and stuff. But when I had a kid here, and she's a girl, and I'm just like, I don't want this around me. So I'm like, yeah, I got to get out of this. I got to get out of this industry. So it was a good thing. It was just a good time to get out. And it you said it right. It's a dirty industry. And it's not the people that are in it are dirty. I think that most of the people treat it like a business. It's just a business. But there are a lot of people that are really bad in the industry.
Yeah. But the problem is, the OnlyFans is, what is it, $1 billion industry almost?
Isn't that
P Hub,
insane?
billion, like,
Hmm.
they have like some of the most, the highest traffic in the internet. Like, so it goes to show that as technology advances and gets more advanced, P Hub and OnlyFans like skyrocket. It kind of correlates.
And I think we're only looking at the beginning. Unless something happens, we're going to be looking at, like, I've seen some of the robot girlfriend things,
I was just
and
about to say that.
man, those are scary how good they
Yeah,
are. Oh my
yeah.
God. I'd be fooled by them. Maybe not, but maybe not in person, but it's to the point where they're looking realistic. Oh my God, this is the next step, I think. So
Yeah.
just dividing men and women even more, unfortunately.